Hey, how's it going everyone? We need to discuss the latest news regarding a ban wave, and you might be curious if it's linked to the glitch I demonstrated 3 days ago. What makes it intriguing is that the video showcasing this glitch got featured on several journalist sites, leading to the burning question from not only them but from a good portion of you guys wanted to know whether or not this glitch could result in a ban. I'll address the concerns and also present evidence of legitimate bans during our conversation. There's a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and dive into this. What we can see right here is a user has posted this over on Reddit, quote, mistakenly banned from the recent exploit. I was just recently affected by the most recent ban wave. Basically, I met this friend in game and used me to transfer his gold. I'm permanently banned for something I'm not aware of. I have not gained anything from this in any way or transferred any game assets from one realm to another. Personally, it ruins the game experience for me. Is there any way to contact Blizzard? Because it seems like whenever I submit a ticket, it's instantly being toggled as resolved. If anyone can help, please comment. Thank you in advance. End quote. There's a few things that I would like to mention about this post specifically, is that this player says that he has not done a single thing when it comes down to exploiting or glitching. He just met this friend, they got into this lobby somehow, and then bada boom, bada bang. You know, it takes two to tango, so somehow he was banned from doing this. We're going to dive a little bit more into this and see what exactly is going on, because there are some other posts here. There was another Reddit user that posted this right here. Quote, I used the Eternal Realm to Seasonal Realm exploit and I have been banned. Pick in the comments. I transferred 150 million from Eternal Realm to my Seasonal Realm character. I knew the risk and didn't care because I'm bored with the game, to be honest. This is a throwaway account, of course, but feel free to ask questions. No, I will not be repurchasing the game. End quote. This player then decided to post the screenshot that he just mentioned. And if you go through this whole entire paragraph here, it talks about a specific part that I think is worth mentioning. If we go towards the violation, it says abuse of the economy. And if we go more down, it says, quote, we've closed this account because it was involved either directly or indirectly with an unauthorized exchange of in-game property for real-world currency. This exchange detracts from the integrity of the Diablo IV game environment. The account holder is responsible for all activity on the account. Pretty much it just goes on from there. And as you can tell, this player was not banned from simply using the seasonal to Eternal Realm glitch. That is not the case. What this player was banned for was simply using RMT transactions. He probably went through Discord and said, hey man, come over here, join my lobby and I'll trade you a bunch of gold for like $200. I'm honestly not too sure if that's how much you're able to trade it for. I could care less because I don't ever involve myself into any of these RMT sites. I've been asked constantly and I always deny them because I rather post legitimate content and not just throw some weird shop at your guys' faces. But regardless of that information, this is pretty much the case that has been going around. If you're trading any type of items for real world currency, meaning dollar bills, pounds, whatever it may be, then for sure they're going to take some sort of action against your account because you're trying to sell this in-game currency for real world currency, which by the way is not accepted by a good portion of these companies out here that do develop these games. And to provide a little bit more proof on how I believe this whole ban wave conspiracy is full of crap, is because this same exact player might have posted this over at the Blizzard forums that has said this, quote, Dear D4 players, you should be aware because you can get banned from the game just by selling your items in-game from Discord. I've done a lot of trading this day by selling my items in-game and they just got my account banned because unauthorized exchange of in-game items for real currency. Now this right here sounds quite familiar from the other posts because he did not mention the whole fact about the real currency. He blamed it on the exploit when in reality it's actually his own fault for selling these items and trying to grab cash. The other question pops up quite frequently, is there anything that Blizzard can actually do if you do glitch or exploit? Yeah, they absolutely can because it is in their terms of service. They can ban you. The problem is, I think this is highly unlikable that this will happen because if you look in the past, there's been quite a few glitches so far. A lot of us have pretty much utilized it to its best potential before it was patched, but really in the end, they have not done a single thing to anyone. Overall, I think that you guys are going to be fine. I don't think you're going to ever receive a ban. Of course, that is if you do not ever do any sort of RMT, aka trade items online for real currency, using some sort of offensive speech, and or if you just simply use hacks and cheats online, that will definitely get you banned. What I believe is that Blizzard is not going to ban you for something this ridiculous, considering it can be done accidental 100%. Of course, if you're transferring over 150 million gold, then that obviously is not accidental. That's purposely done. And before I go, I do want to talk about this recent change that's coming to us here soon. Quote, the following Nightmare Dungeon affixes have been removed. Resource burn, backstabbers, and empowered elites. End quote. This is great because resource burn was probably the most frustrating affix ever. I mean, essentially what would happen is you would try to use some of a resource like spirit, and then it would go down completely because every time they would attack you, it of course would deplete pretty fast. Backstabber would add 150% damage to you if an enemy were to go behind you, which obviously was quite annoying as well. And then empowered elites, probably another frustrating one, which could obviously freeze you instantly and then continuously apply that pressure on you. Also, another exciting change that I mentioned, I think in the last video, or maybe it was 2 videos ago, where we talked about how horses are now going to be able to ram through barricades. There was a great comment within this video that said it would be pretty cool to see them create some sort of jumping animation so that you could jump over these barricades. And even though that does sound like a great idea, I feel like there would be a lot of issues with that, because if you guys can recall the whole issue with jumping over gaps with your mount, there is some sort of slow sluggishness that goes on with that. And sometimes you're not able to jump over that gap completely. In the end, you have to jump off of your mount, then jump over the gap. And that can be quite annoying as well. So in the end, just sort of a recap, is it possible that you can receive a ban? Yes, it absolutely is. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to be upfront with you. It is possible. It's in their terms of service. Is it going to happen to you today, tomorrow? Honestly, I have no idea. What I do know is that they're not as strict when it comes down to glitches or exploits. It seems that they're more focused on cheating, hacking, some sort of hateful speech, or for example, one of the things that we talked about earlier, which was trading in-game currency for real currency. And this is pretty much it for the end of the video. I appreciate all the love and support from all of you that have recently subscribed, left a comment. Speaking of that, if you have any questions, leave them down below. I will try to reply back within the first hour or 2. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.